Using cutting-edge equipment like sewer cameras and casings, Rick Lagina and his crew are plunging into Oak Island's garden shaft in an attempt to locate an old tunnel that may be concealed underneath. They find charcoal and red pottery that allude to ancient tales of the island's past, but they are at a loss and resolve to step up their efforts. Lear and Larry think they might locate a metal-filled tunnel leading to a secret vault after finding a mixture of clay and wooden fragments. Deep within the shaft, Gary Drayton, a specialist with a metal detector, detects signs of copper, silver, and gold. The team keeps looking and finds more than 1,000 lead tokens and a few antique coins from the same period as the lid cross they discovered before. But no treasure is discovered, and the mystery is still unexplained. The group chooses to go farther into the garden hole in the hopes of discovering a secret tunnel beneath. They also investigate other areas of the island, like Lot 26's historic well, which they estimate was constructed in the 11th century. After overcoming challenges in the garden shaft with a larger drill bit, the crew turns their attention to Lot 5, hoping to strike it rich with gold and silver. They think that someone concealed something important there a long time ago, but it feels more like a fairy tale than real life. There is still a slim chance that they might hit gold this time, even if some people doubt they will discover anything significant. Marty Lagena and Rick, two brothers, have an obsession with Oak Island Air initially, and the reasons behind the Line brothers' fascination with it and its riches. An old log road known as Corduroy Road was found in 2006 by archaeologists at the South Shore. They discovered a number of logs, some of which were considerably older cedar wood. Despite obstacles, the archaeologist reconstructed the road to preserve the logs and carry out more research on them. Carbon dating on the wood verified that these logs were cut long before anyone formally began searching or settling on the island. The results of the wood's analysis show that the island's human history extends well beyond what was once thought. The intriguing history of Oak Island and its undiscovered gems are still being revealed by the Lagena brothers' journey. On Oak Island, off the southeast coast of Nova Scotia, an old road was found. Canada has sparked several explorations and discoveries. Originally a trail made of rocks and dirt, the road was subsequently discovered to be a makeshift one that was frequently spotted in rural areas. The finding of coconut fiber inside the road's framework points to a more intricate construction than initially believed, indicating that humans were occupying the area considerably earlier than previously believed. While clearing ground on the southeast end of the island in June 1996, Marty and Rick Lagena and their exploration crew came across the road. The findings sparked conversations about confirming the existence of a stone road and figuring out its scope and function. After geophysicist Mike Hunt discovered a packed and rolled stone surface over 3 feet below the land's current surface, a quick investigation was conducted. And further finding was a layer of uniform clay that contained a variety of objects, indicating that this location might have historical significance. The team made the decision to trench across the road's line in order to further study the land to the north, and they were successful. In a small region with a rather high density of artifacts, they discovered a stone rubble around 1.66 feet below the present ground surface, indicating that the road may lead to or be connected to another structure or road line. This road's continuous investigation is more than merely an archaeological activity. It offers an opportunity to engage with the island's past and comprehend its more intricate and rich past. An amazing feat of engineering, the stone road is a complicated road composed of roughly 6,000 stones that was constructed flat and broad to accommodate traffic. It was probably a significant road that connected significant locations like South Shore Cove and the Money Pit. The Liga brothers and others think the road was constructed to facilitate travel throughout the island. Discussions concerning the road's origins have arisen. Some contend it was constructed similarly to ancient Greek sacred roads, while others think it was constructed to avoid wetlands or serve as a bridge connecting areas divided by water. According to some theories, the builders were seeking to settle and adjust to a new environment, even if they weren't native to the island. In addition to being an ancient route, the stone road is an important part of the island's past and remains essential to comprehending what transpired there. The Stone Road effort has established a high bar for subsequent investigations into New World history prior to the 19th century, serving as a template for upcoming archaeologists. An important archaeological find known as the Stone Road has created new avenues for researching Polynesian heritage. The road, which is more than 820 feet long and roughly 3 feet broad, was constructed in segments with several stone layers. At the W's edge, where wave action has revealed portions of the underlying sand cliffs and the road structure, the road is at its widest point. The finding also demonstrates the constructor's superior planning and execution, demonstrating a deep comprehension of local environmental factors and engineering. Motivated by their enthusiasm and increasing interest in the whereabouts of the riches, the crew is eagerly carrying on with their treasure hunt. According to one well-known theory, the treasure might have something to do with the Temple Knights, who were notorious for gathering and concealing priceless goods. Many of the Knights of the Temple fled to Scotland, especially New Ross, after the French King Philip detained them in 1307. A Templar companion and political prisoner from the 14th century, Sir Henry Sinclair, escaped to Nova Scotia, where his journey to the New World and stone carvings support the idea of a Templar mission. A more in-depth look at the operations of Oak Island Tours Inc., which is the tour company owned by the Liga family, we might be able to gain a better understanding of the many responsibilities that Alex is responsible for. In contrast to the other members of his team, Alex does not make treasure hunting his primary occupation. Instead, he focuses on finding treasure. His primary place of employment is Maury Vineyards, which was established by his father, Marty, between the years 1909 to 19. With the goal of producing wines with distinctive characteristics, the vineyard is dedicated to producing exceptional red and white wines from fruits that are native to Italy. Alex invests his heart and soul into the family vineyard, and it is clear that he is committed to seeing it go from strength to strength. The tranquil atmosphere of Maury Vineyard, which is located on the Old Mission Peninsula, provides an ideal location for the production of wines of exceptional quality. A visit to the vineyard is an absolute necessity for everyone who has an appreciation for the craft of winemaking because of the Liga family's dedication to experimenting with new things and putting an emphasis on quality, in addition to the vineyard's stunning location. As the general manager of Maury Vineyards, Alex is responsible for the company's success, which includes the sale of products in 16 different states. You can see that the vineyard is very active and even sponsors events, which you can see on their Facebook page, which is very active. Although Alex has achieved a great deal of success at the vineyard, he also has a fascinating second job as a treasure hunter. He does this primarily during the summer months, when he assists his father and uncle on Oak Island. This mix of Alex's life, which includes both the successful operation of a vineyard and the search for treasure, demonstrates how varied and intriguing Alex's life is. An unanticipated turn of events was introduced into the ongoing story of the treasure search when it was reported that Alex had passed away while recording an episode of The Curse of Oak Island. It is difficult to determine where these claims originated. Nonetheless, a number of websites and blogs have disseminated this incorrect information, stating that Alex had passed away while he was searching for the island's wealth, which is notoriously difficult to locate. It is a reminder to be careful with what we read online and to double-check information in order to avoid spreading false information. According to these unfounded stories, his supposed death was supposed to add to the so-called curse that states 7 people must die before the treasure can be found. In reality, Alex is still going after his goals, and he is not negatively affected by the unfortunate fate that the internet incorrectly predicted for him. The fact that Alex Lagena has been making frequent appearances on The Curse of Oak Island is evidence that the first claims of his passing were incorrect. The show is made even more compelling to watch as a result of the Liga family's unwavering will to continue their search, as well as the further information on Alex's role. Moving beyond the original narratives described, in order to unearth the secrets that have been kept about Oak Island's past, Alex Lagina, his brother Rick, and the archaeologist Larnan have been working on a project simultaneously. Excited anticipation has been generated among the group as a result of their recent discovery of a well-constructed cave that seems to have been meticulously created. It is Marty Lagena who is leading the charge into the cave, and he is pointing out the neat craftsmanship that is all around them. With each new step that they take, the team is constantly on the hunt for new clues that could provide them with information regarding the origin of the tunnel and the reason why it is located there. An enormous wooden beam was found in one spot, and another massive circular piece of wood was found in close proximity to it. Both of these discoveries were made by the group. Due to the exquisite craftsmanship that went into its construction, the main beam stands out due to the fact that it has a part that protrudes on one side. In close proximity to it, they found something that gives the impression of a cross. The massive U-shaped building that they uncovered at Smith's Cove the previous year was fashioned out of logs that were identical to the ones that were used in the construction of this structure. This construction was constructed between the years 1768 and 1769, as shown by the findings of the tests, which is a considerable length of time prior to the discovery of the money pit. Both the presence of the wood and the way in which it is assembled provide the sense that it is genuine, which in turn inspires the team to continue digging. When conducting their research into this discovery, they are exercising tremendous caution, because the pieces of wood and the manner in which they were utilized may have major historical value. This is the reason why they are exercising such cautious. A further investigation into this discovery is something that the group is looking forward to doing in the hopes of acquiring new information about the building methods and the history of the era in question. They are digging up these old pieces with great care, and there is a sense of expectation in the air. They speculate about the tales that these old pieces of wood might have to tell, and the things that they might discover about the individuals who would have constructed all of this stuff hundreds of years ago. With all of the various structures that are scattered across the region, Smith's Cove never fails to astound those that come to visit. As they continue their exploration, they are looking for substantial evidence that Oak Island may have been the location of a clever flood tunnel that was created. This discovery is enlightening them about things that they were previously unaware of regarding earlier information. The historical data continues to gather, all of which provides additional assurance that this tunnel was, in fact, present. Considering that the chance of finding something is one of the factors that contributes to the significance of this big project, the team is experiencing a great lot of enthusiasm regarding the massive dig that is going to take place on Oak Island. Both the unexpected objects that they have found in Smith's Cove and the accumulating evidence of a flood tunnel have tremendously stoked the fires of excitement for this huge dig that will take place on Oak Island. Both of these discoveries have been made within the past few days. In order to excavate the past that has been buried under the surface, each and every member of the team is ready to take on new difficulties. People began to mumble and raise their eyebrows silently, saying, "This isn't normal." Equipment is upgraded as the inquiry progresses, and a new sample is received that reveals additional gold and metals that don't fit the description. A group of researchers came upon Oak Island, a secret island in the Philippines, and found not only riches but also something more. The findings sparked a flurry of rumors, with some speculating that it was an antiquated technology or a marker left by unauthorized individuals. Additionally, energy fingerprints and magnetic anomalies were mentioned. The workers simply sealed documents and locked gates without creating a disturbance. Nevertheless, helicopters flying low trucks without license plates kept the island buzzing. The study discovered changes in the soil strata surrounding the site compressions, but this shouldn't deter anyone. Well, he just torched something out here. There was fire and areas that weren't supposed to be there. The building was a component of a grid that was connected by weird rock, rotted wood, and old roots. Tests revealed radioactive material residues in water with peculiar characteristics, strange chemical composition, and unique densities. It appeared that the island was designed to trap, guard, or preserve something. Oak Island was not the only place to shut down. Within weeks of one another, other facilities that were never reported on, such isolated areas where comparable products were studied, were shut down. Although the fences were raised, the neighbors began to get visits and offers to sell quiet pressure. The crew was aware that this might occur, but they consistently discussed the possibility of discovering something authentic that couldn't be adapted into TV shows. The deeper story isn't about what they found, but rather what they weren't intended to uncover. They questioned whether Oak Island was concealing the truth or something too significant to disclose. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe to the post. Emma Culligan's most recent discoveries in Smith's Cove could alter how we perceive the enigmatic past of Oak Island. The researchers analyzed a cement sample that was discovered deep beneath the island and included Portland cement, a crucial component of Portland cement, using X-ray diffraction XRD. According to Culligan's investigation, the cement was dated from the 1920s to the 1970s, meaning that scientists who were working to solve the Oak Island riddle decades before the current team did so. As a result, the Restowall family was found, and they devoted their life to learning the secrets of Oak Island. particularly the flood tunnels thought to be the source of the money pit's frequent flooding. Nonetheless, other specialists contend that the island's subterranean formations might be natural rather than man-made, with additional findings pointing to a more extensive system that was purposefully built. The Oak Island team is currently at a crossroads in its quest to find the hidden flood tunnels at Smith's Cove. They found a network of tunnels and drains that are intended to flood the money pit, which may hold the secret to unlocking the island's biggest riddle. The crew found a set of stones that formed an intricate network of stone walkways and box drains that served as an old water filtration system. The money pit has been a mystery for centuries, with earlier explorers failing to find it. The non-native coconut husk played a crucial role as a filtration system, keeping sand and debris from clogging the drains while allowing seawater to flow through. The Churro Company began looking into the money pit in 1849. Following their failure, earlier explorers discovered a huge man-made barrier made of coconut husk. Nothing except additional stones, gravel, and dirt may be found. 5 finger drains and a 5-foot-deep layer of beach stones are intended to send seawater into the money pit. The discovery prompts inquiries into the island's past and the potential for a more in-depth account of its industry and survival. The flood tunnel system and other surprising discoveries are being unearthed by the crew as they continue their investigation, exposing the island's rich past and opening up new possibilities. A startling finding employing X-ray fluorescence was made after a huge iron conglomerate covered in an enigmatic substance was found on Oak Island. XRF. The explorers who had gone to the island to unearth the secrets hidden beneath were connected to the stove door discovered in the middle of the 19th century. The stove door implied that those employed on the island were probably residents and employees rather than only amateur treasure seekers. As they investigated the island's mysteries further, the stove door might have been a part of their attempts to endure difficult conditions. Previous finds of cast iron stove components sparked questions about Oak Island's industrial activity. And this stove door was not the only of its sort to be discovered there. The stove door now represents an additional piece in Oak Island's historical puzzle, indicating that the island's past encompasses more than simply treasure seekers. In order to analyze and comprehend these discoveries, modern technology is proving to be extremely helpful. The Lego brothers and their group are still searching for the fabled treasure on Oak Island. They have discovered important hints at Smith's Cove using cutting-edge technologies including ground-penetrating radar, GPR seismic scanning, and X-ray fluorescence, including 1,700 S-era timber beams and a flood tunnel. I believe that Portugal is home to the oldest Templar monastery or location in Europe. Wow, but since the samples don't yield conclusive results, seismic scanning is used instead. An Eagle Canada crew arrives and uses sound waves to map out potential subsurface anomalies deep inside the Earth. According to naval historian Chip Reed, several buildings discovered at Smith's Cove may be the remains of a military water battery connected to the Louisbourg treasure, a French treasure thought to have been concealed in Nova Scotia. A rusty iron chisel from the 1400s is among the historical items and relics the crew finds. They are now concentrating on Oak Island's southern shore in an attempt to find a straight route to Shaft 9, the infamous site of the money pit. The secret to solving Oak Island's puzzles is modern technology, which makes all the difference.